Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Lutfiana Isyati. My student number is 83. In this video, I will explain about listen and speak critically. Okay, the first slide is about critical listening skill. So, critical listening skill, the ability to think critically, is a major component in effective listening. Critical listener must analyze and evaluate the speaker message in order to determine whether they agree or disagree. This is an evaluate form of listening that encourages the listener to be more aware of the speaker intent. Okay, the next slide is the critical listener must be aware of stereotype and the speaker bias to be able to evaluate message successfully. They have to be able to. The first point is distinguish between fact and opinion. Fact are statements that can be proven true or false. Opinion is an expression of someone's feeling that cannot be proven. Opinion can be based on fact or emotion that are sometimes intended to intentionally mislead others. So we should be able to listen to what people have to say. The next point is distinguish between emotive and informative language. So, emotive language is the term used when certain word choices. This is kind of language often aims to persuade the reader or listener to share the writer or speaker point of view, using language to stimulate an emotional reaction. Informative language is a language that conveys information. Use language informatively when the speaker makes a statement that can be true or false. So when we want to more listen critically much better, we know what the difference of emotive and informative to help listen critically. The next point is a detect bias and prejudice. Make sure if you want to detect it properly when you want to listen critically. Prejudice an opinion against a group or an individual based on insufficient fact and usually unfavorable and or intolerant. Then bias is a very similar to but not as extreme as prejudice. Someone who is a bias usually refuses to accept that there are other views than their own. The next point is evaluate the speaker argument. Pay attention to the speaker goals for self-improvement. Don't just accept what is said, but try to evaluate what they are trying to say. The next point is recognize the device used to manipulate opinion like propaganda and emotive word. Better for you to pay attention emotive word that speaker want to say. Draw inference and make judgment. Inference is using observation and background to reach a logical conclusion. You must be careful to draw inference. The next point is a check misunderstanding by asking questions. Make sure that everything you hear is the truth spoken by the speaker. Don't let you misunderstand what the speaker is saying. Make sure you to the speaker question if you are still confused with what the speaker wants to say. The next point is a delay judgment. Don't be in a hurry to make a judgment from what was said. You better be careful and ask questions before judging the speaker. The next point is a know to how to disagree in an incredible way. When you want to disagree with the speaker, you must pay attention to your speech, not to affect contact with the speaker. So you must express your disagreement in a classy way. To be effective listener, we must understand the message and make informed judgment, accepting or rejecting the speaker ideas. This is an essential skill for students to acquire. As they are continually exposed to a wide range of media influence, it is vital that teachers plan classroom activities that encourage critical listening and model how to listen critically. Some suitable activities for encouraging critical listening. The first point is examine the message. This point suggests one way to critically examine a speaker message with several questions, such as at the table, like what the message, who's the speaker, what the evidence, and how it is presented. The next slide is analyze the advertisement. Analyze the advertisement involves listening to an advertisement and deciding on the device being used to influence the audience. Studying advertisement can help students to compare statements used to support brand or product and analyze the language of advertising will also enhance their ability to distinguish fact from opinion. So, analyze the advertisement. A range of advertisement from media search can be used for this activity, which can be used across all passes. The next point is, what do I really mean? Encourage students from all passes to check for misunderstanding and subtitle in what they hear. Someone may say it's a cold in here when they really mean close the door. Class or group discussion of statements like this will improve student ability to make inference about the speaker intended message. The next point, what the issue? Students can take part in a fishbowl or panel discussion on controversial, serious or interesting issues. Individuals in the audience listening to the element of the argument being present and investigate and analyze the effectiveness of the device the speaker used to present their view. The last is Mind Idea Pyramid. The Mind Idea Pyramid is a graphic organizer that helps students determine and record important information they have here. It is a graphic organizer that helps to show the relationship between supporting detail and the mind idea. Next material is about critical speaking skill. Speak critically is an ability to speak rationally and orderly, which aims to reveal the relationship between ideas and or fact. Speak critically is something that can help you determine what you want to express. Critical speaking is an ability to express convey ideas with the help of critical thinking. The first are able to analyze and critically evaluate what they have said. The number two can review notes they made before speaking to evaluate their effectiveness. So the effectiveness of speaking critically is one that a speaker should pay attention to, so make sure you have reviewed the note before speaking critically. The number three are able to receive feedback and build on in for further speaking. The number four are able to develop a new or deeper understanding of the topic and of the speaking experience through discussion and questioning. The question and answer process will open up a topic more. With this process, the speaker will be a help about this topic he wants to convey. The number five, set goals for further speaking. Make sure that what you say has benefit for the listener and also express clearly what you want to say. The next slide is supporting students during speaking. Students need to build their competence to speak in a wide range of social situations. When considering how to support students during their speaking, it is important to remember that most of the speaking they do in the class will not be plain formal speech. Provide opportunities for students to participate in a wide range of speaking interaction. Students need to learn that spoken language is spontaneous and that they are creating it is they are speaking. It is important that students have the time and support to reflect on their own speaking. Students will benefit from being able to critically reflect on the effectiveness of their speaking, whether it is planned speech acts that have taken place in a formal setting or speech that has occurred in an unplanned informal settings. Reflecting will allow them to refine their speech and set goals for future interaction. A benefit of the listening critically. Number 1. It can help to understand the person and their context. Many arguments do not stand alone and understanding why the person is saying what they are saying. It can help in the understanding and consequently evaluation of their message. Number 2. Listening critically is one of the most important skills you can have. An active process of getting information, ideas. Listening is the ability to accurately receive and interpret message in the communication process. The ability to listen effectively messages are easily misunderstood. The number 3. Process for understanding what is said and evaluating, judging and forming an opinion on what you hear. It is important for understanding what is said and evaluating, judging and forming an opinion on what you hear. The listener assesses the strength and weakness of the content, agree or disagree with the information, and analyze and synthesize material. The number 4. By listening critically, you will be more likely to notice unwarranted assumptions in a speech, which may prompt you to question the speaker if questions are taken, or to do further research to examine the validity of the speaker assumptions. Listening critically has many benefits. Effective listening helps to resolve conflict, build trust, inspire people, and strengthen teams. Benefit of speak critically. The number 1. It allows us to form connection, influence decision, and motivate change. The number 2. Speak critically hold a special place of value. Good speakers are also good writers, for they would have written several drafts of each speech. Good speakers are also those who can connect and empathize with people. This makes them approachable and authentic. Often people gravitate toward them for support and advice. Number 3. It can improve the oral expression of thought, develop confidence in a public speaking, think quickly on your feet, and build leadership and communication. So that's all for me, explanation about listen and speak critically. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.